everybody, it's Dr. Joe and Mr. Bear, and today I'm going to show you my favorite stretch to relieve hip pain. So let's get started. So my favorite stretch to relieve hip pain is a hip flexor stretch. I'm going to do the hip flexor stretch in a modified position because sometimes the full kind of lunge hip flexor stretch is a little uncomfortable for people. A lot of times you're getting pressure on your knee. So we're going to do these in real time. We're going to do 30 seconds on each side and take a little break in between. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. It's going to give ourselves a little bit of a buffer. Usually doing this like on a chair that doesn't have arms or the edge of your couch or your bed works just fine. Just make sure that you're in a comfortable position and that you can get your knee close to the floor while you're doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and start that 10-second buffer. You're just going to get to the edge, the side that you want to stretch. You're going to put that knee down. It doesn't have to touch the floor, or it can just rest on the floor. The key is get yourself into a pelvic tilt, and so that's just pushing, rotating that pelvis. I'm already feeling that hip flexor stretch right there without doing anything but that. So I'm just trying to take that pelvis and rotate it back. Because that hip flexor muscle comes up into the spine, when you rotate it back, it gets that nice stretch in there. So just holding that stretch for about 30 seconds. I'm going to alternate. You don't have to alternate if it's hard to kind of rotate back and forth. You can just do them all on one side and then switch, but I like having that little break in between. So again, getting that knee down on this side, and the big important part is going into that tilt, and I'm getting that stretch right through there. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can kind of lean your chest over and put your hands here, and then that will help give you a little bit of a more of a stretch, just kind of stacking everything on each other. I like having my toes pointed up. If you want to keep them flat like that, you can, but this also kind of helps keep that knee off of the floor a little bit if it bothers your knee to have it directly on the floor. And then make sure you're enough on the bed or the couch where you're not going to slide off. It just needs to be one side, but your weight can be shifted onto that side. So sometimes just a folding chair really helps as well to kind of keep you balanced. So here, get that nice rotation. If you want to lean forward just a little bit, as long as your pelvic is in that tilt, you can kind of place your hands on the front here and get that nice stretch. With all stretching, once you kind of get the stretch down in the right technique, you can do some diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing, which will help relax those muscles even more, especially in that hip pelvic region. Some people, again, once they go into that pelvic tilt, they're going to feel that stretch a lot. So just go into your comfortable position. You don't want it to be painful the whole time, but I'm just going into that tilt and leaning forward a little bit. If I want to bring that leg back just a little bit, I'll get even more of a stretch there. But that tilt, again, is the big part. And then again, sliding around, getting it in that nice comfortable position. So you can see here, you can start here if it's really tight, but bringing it back just a little bit, like I said, is going to give you a little bit more of a stretch as well. Going into that tilt and then just resting right there. This is my favorite stretch to help relieve hip pain. I found that it's really helpful for my patients. They really like this one, especially in the modified position. But this one might not be the right one for you. There's a whole lot of stretches out there. I have a lot of videos to help relieve hip pain with stretches and exercises, so you can definitely check those out and find the right one for you if this isn't quite hitting that spot that you really want it to get. And make sure you're kind of fully relaxing each time, just to let those muscles get back into that relaxed position instead of trying to hold that tight position the whole time. So that's why I like switching back and forth, because it really allows those muscles to get a little bit of a break. So again, going into that tilt, get that little lean forward, just kind of resting your hands on the other knee. You're not putting a lot of pressure through it. You're just kind of getting in that relaxed position. doing that diaphragmatic breathing if you want to get that extra relaxation in there. So there you have it. That was my favorite stretch to relieve hip pain. If it wasn't quite the stretch for you, I have a whole lot of other stretches and exercises to relieve hip pain. And you can check out the link up there. So remember, be safe, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.